Hi everyone, so it is time for a new video and I am filming this like when the video is done, but I wanted to do a quick intro because my plans kind of changed. I had the plan to upload a video a day starting last week on Tuesday and ending. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this up today on Tuesday on June 8th, but we'll see. But yeah, that was the plan, to upload a video every day, and then I just got super overwhelmed and anxious and I could not do a single thing. So yeah, it's fine. I'm trying not to, feel bad about it, but there is a lot of exciting content coming. And today we are doing a 24-hour readathon. Let's just get straight into the reading vlog. So this video is going to be one of the videos that I'm uploading this week because I'm uploading a video a day. I hope you're not sick of my face yet. And I'm doing that to celebrate the release date of my book, Dare to Live, Dare to Love. It's an adult romance with bisexual main characters. Pretty much everyone is queer. There's one token straight character, and it's kind of like childhood best friends to strangers to lovers. The link to get it is down below. So you've probably heard me talk about my book. So now let's get to my plans for the books that I'm going to be reading in this video. I think that I definitely want to mood read, but I do have some plans and I have started some books that I would really like to get to and finish. So let's talk about all of that. And I'm not going to start immediately. It's like 1 p.m. now and I'm going to hang out with my mom for a while. And it's also my cat's birthday today. It's Heidi's birthday, so I'm going to show you her. We're going to do some birthday gift giving to Heidi, and it's going to be super cute, so you will get that content as well. I have a pile of physical books here. Yes, a pile. I have 4 books. Absolutely not saying I will get to all of them or most of them, but there is one that I really want to get to, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to do the 24-hour readathon. That is Inside Out and Back Again by Dana Lai. This book I don't really know much about. The only thing I know is that it's middle grade. I've heard beautiful things about it, and it's written in verse, so I feel like it's going to be perfect for a 24-hour readathon. And I want to read more books in verse because, like, I realized a while ago that, I love poetry. I read poetry a lot more than most people. And at the same time, I never really read novels in verse. And then, with like Elizabeth Acevedo and some other random books, I kind of got more into it. And I want to read another one again because it's been a while. So I'm super excited for this. I don't even know the genre. I will obviously get into the details once I get to the book because I do think this is one that I'm definitely going to get to. So I'm super excited. The next option that I have here is a reread. So putting it out there that I don't know how that's going to go because I tried rereading some of my all-time favorite books before and it didn't really work. Just my brain doesn't fully like it, but I would love to reread This Is How You Lose the Time War by Emma Motar and Max Gladstone. This is one of my all-time favorite books. And it's so funny because I always see people, like they fall in love with a book, they're absolutely like in love with the book, and then they reread it a month later. And I read this like 2-3 months ago, and I got a physical copy now, and I really want to annotate it. I feel like that can make the experience more meaningful and exciting and more stimulating for my brain, even though I've read the book before, so we'll see. I think with rereads, I also need to like stop putting pressure on myself to like maybe read every word. Like, I think that for rereads, it might work better for me if I just like kind of read mainly the parts that I loved the most, if that makes sense. So I want to try, so not saying I will read this whole thing or anything like that, but I mean, I do know how I feel about this book and everything already, so like, The next book is A Sweet Mess by J.C. Lee. I just fucking need to get to this book. Like, I have mentioned it in so many videos, and there's literally no reason why I haven't gotten to it yet. And oh my gosh, whoa, this is funny. The book that I already started that I'm definitely going to be reading, that I'm going to tell you about in a second, the author did a blurb for this book. I'm like, this is a sign. Like, I really need to get to this book. And the author is Helena Hunting, and the blurb is a perfect balance of impeccable wit, laugh out hilarity, and off-the-charts chemistry. A Sweet Mess is a sinfully decadent romantic comedy. So I just need to fucking get to it. It's an adult romance. there's baking. I think it's like enemies to lovers, and I think it's gonna be wonderful. So, and the last one that I am like the least sure about, but I'm kind of also feeling like it might be the right time, is Beach Read by Emily Henry. Yes, I haven't read it before. I have like a little, I'm going to quickly say like a backstory to this book. Last year, I found out about this book before it was even out. And I was like, oh my fucking, like, wow. It is about two writers who like switch genres or something like that. And I was like, you're telling me there's a book that doesn't just have a writer main character, but both of them are. And in case you didn't know, I adore books about writers. It doesn't matter what kind of writer it is. If it's just a writer, there's something about it that I adore reading about. Like, you know, I just love it, okay? And so it's like a writer romance is perfection. And then it was at the same time like super hyped. And I also heard a lot of people not enjoy it. And yeah, but I kind of just wanted to get away from all the hype, all the buzz, all of the different, you know, and just wanted to sit down alone to just see for myself. But I do think, I have a feeling that I'm actually going to love it and connect to it. Once again, not just the writers, but just like the vibe. And one of my friends desperately wants me to read the sequel to this book. And even though I can read them separately, I still feel like I'm going to love this book. So I'm like, you know, I might as well just do it now. And yes, so I, once again, not sure if I'll get to this, but it'd be nice to start it. So we'll see. No matter which one I pick up, I am here for it and I'm ready and I'm excited. And now to the book that I started that I absolutely will be reading. That is A Lie for a Lie by Helena Hunting. So this book is, once again, an adult romance. Besides Inside Out and Back Again, I feel like all the books I'm going to read are romances. So I'm about like 35% into it, and one of the main reasons how I found it is that it's available on Kindle Unlimited as an ebook and an audiobook. And so there are a few titles that are available on both. And it's the best thing ever. I love it so much. So I will probably eventually do a recommendation video on that. It's like a sports romance. It's kind of like a second chance romance, and it's told in dual timeline. And the story's not fully settled in my head yet, but I do really like the romance so far. There is really great chemistry, and I think it's going to be a really great romance. There were a few little things that I didn't love, but so far I think it's going to be really good. And I think right now I'm having feelings that it's going to be a 4-star, but we'll see. And I really want to read more sports romances, so it's perfect for that as well. And I love second chance romances, and yes, so that is definitely going to be happening. And then there are some other books that I've started that I really want to finish, but at the same time, I also want to do this to not put any pressure on myself, because this past week I've just been lost in like what I'm supposed to read, what video am I supposed to work on. So I'm like, I'm going to focus on this and this only for the next 24 hours. I will update you when I start the readathon and get some reading done, and I hope it's going to be fun. So let's just get straight into it. It is time for an update. It is quite a while later. It's like 10:30 p.m. and I officially started the readathon at 8 p.m. So I was going to start much earlier, but then I was busy hanging out with my cat and everything, doing all kinds of stuff. So I started at 8 and I finished A Lie for a Lie by Helena Hunting. I kind of originally wanted to give you an update while I was reading it, but it was just the kind of thing where I felt like I wouldn't have any new or more interesting thoughts that would be different like in the middle from like what I can tell you at the end. So I just wanted to keep reading and finish it and then talk to you about it. So I really enjoyed it. I feel like I don't know how much I said about the plot, but one thing that I was actually kind of wrong at was I mentioned that it's like it has two timelines or something. So that is not the case. I'm pretty sure, I don't fully remember, but I think like at the beginning we kind of get like a prologue or something like that. And then it goes back to the past where they meet, and then it goes chronologically. And so it basically like follows their romance at the beginning, which was kind of like a really intense, passionate fling that didn't last a long time, and then they didn't have any way of contacting each other, and they didn't see each other for a year, and then there's like a conflict, and so that is kind of where the second chance aspect comes in, and so they kind of need to get to know each other for the second time, but also kind of for the first time, because before they didn't fully know each other, and the hero kept the secret of being a hockey player, so he is still a hockey player, and he's like the captain or whatever, and so he didn't tell her because he didn't want her to see him in a different way, that kind of thing, and so now, you know, they reunite and things go on from there, but that happens at like 40% or something. Yeah, there's more that I feel like the synopsis spoils, so I'm not gonna get into further detail, but it was really fun. It was super cute in some points. There is the secret baby trope, so if you don't like that, you know, but I don't know, I feel like it wasn't annoying. It wasn't done in an annoying way to me at all, and it's not a trope that I hate. It's not a trope I look for. I honestly feel very neutral about it, and it just really depends on how it's done. So I felt like it was done well, and I do love like single parent romances, but I don't feel like it played like a huge role in this book, but it was super fun, really cute, it got steamy, it was sweet, and it was just a good time. I did have a few issues with it, and I didn't like fully adore it, so I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars, but it was nice. And if you're looking for audiobooks or ebooks that are on Kindle Unlimited, this is available there as both. Again, I love it because it makes it like so easy to switch between the two as well. And I am here for it. The book that I think I'm going to start next, and I actually kind of did start, but only a tiny little bit. I forgot the name of it, but it is a new book by Anita Kelly, and I am so excited about it, so I'm going to put it on the screen. I literally checked my Kindle to like refresh it in my head and remember the name, and I forgot it since then. But it is a adult romance, and it's a novella, and so I'm like, yes, I need that. And I'm also really tired, so I just needed something easy and quick, and just, you know, I always like to start readathons with the quick things to feel like I'm making a lot of progress already, you know? I forgot the exact details, but what I do know is that it's queer, one of the main characters is non-binary, and I don't know what other rep it has, but it's definitely queer, and that is what I can tell from the beginning so far. I also saw Nick from Nick of the Books, or I'm gonna link her Instagram and Twitter down below. I saw that she liked it, and I feel like her taste really matches mine. Everything she likes or recommends, I have absolutely loved so far. So that makes me even more excited. And I just desperately need more queer adult romances in my life. And Anita also actually has another book coming out next year that is also an adult romance that also has a non-binary main character. So we stand. And it also has a stunning cover, so I'm gonna put that on the screen as well. And I love the cover of the novella as well, so I'm just super excited. I think there is a chance I might fly through it tonight and then talk to you about it in the morning, because once again, I'm really tired, but we'll see. I will definitely dive into it. And I don't know why, but I feel so tired, so I do think this might be my last update for now. We'll see how reading goes, but I am still like in a really strong reading mood, so I'm excited, and yeah. So it is the next day. It's the morning. I look extremely rough. So I'm gonna try to make this update quick, but I'm going to update you because I feel like when I do 24-hour readathons so often, I do updates really late in the day after I do a million things. So this morning, my mom woke me up at 7 because she needed something, whatever, and so I'm super exhausted, but it's kind of cool because I would never wake up at 7 on my own, but this time I at least have time to read, even though I'm super exhausted, but, um, you know, it's fine. I didn't read a lot last night at all. I started, I think it's called Sing Anyway. So once again, I'm not sure if I didn't forget it, but I think that's what it's called. And I'm really excited to read it. It is cute so far. I mean, I literally just read 11% because I was just too tired and, I was like, fuck it. So I went to sleep really early. For me, it was still like 1. Anyways, so yeah, so I will definitely read that super soon, but when I woke up and started reading, I started Inside Out and Back Again by Tanhalai. I just was like, you know what? I want to read a physical book, and I just felt like this is a book that is going to keep my attention enough to keep me awake, if that makes any sense. And I also wanted to read, physical books today, and I just really like reading physical books after waking up. It's just really nice. So I look so bad. So I think I'll make this update really quick, but this book is about a 10-year-old Vietnamese girl, and it's set during the Vietnam War, and it basically explores her journey of living in Vietnam when the war is happening and then immigrating to the United States. And like I said, it's written in verse, and so it's historical fiction, and I love it. The writing is beautiful. It's really like descriptive, and like this is middle grade, obviously. And once again, like always with middle grade, it finds such a perfect balance between, obviously it's about a lot of heavy and difficult things, but it somehow also manages to be hopeful, and there are, moments of joy, and it's just really beautiful so far. And I didn't even say where I'm at, so I'm on page 100 exactly, so about a little bit like getting close to the middle. So I actually looked at Goodreads, and I felt like I heard a lot of people talk about this book before, and I didn't really see anyone on Goodreads, so I'm like, and I sound super exhausted, so I think I should just shut up, go read, and I don't know if I'll update you while I'm still reading it or when I finish it, but I will go read. I don't really want to stop reading, so I'll talk to you when I have some updates. So it's about 12 p.m. now. And I finished reading Inside Out and Back Again, and it was such a raw and heartbreaking but also beautiful story. And like I said, I loved the writing. In particular, like a little thing that I loved a lot was the descriptions of food. They were like so vivid and detailed, and there were quite a lot of them, and it was the kind of description that like you can almost taste it, and it made me hungry, and it was just really nice and definitely added like something special to it, like, a small thing, but still really nice. I'm still really confused about like the fact that no people added it to Goodreads, because I thought it was a really popular book and no one has read it, so I do highly urge you to check it out. Do check out the content warnings, because there was a lot of really intense things in here, but again, like I said, there was a lot of hope as well, and I just loved how raw it was. Actually, partially like autobiographical. Is that the word? Just inspired by the author's real life experiences. Definitely check it out. And I also absolutely loved the like written in verse part of the book. I feel like it was done so well, and it's just something that I'm always so impressed by, cuz like I find it so cool that like authors can tell the story and express everything they need through just verse, through so like so many fewer just, there is a lot less words in like novels in verse, but they still somehow manage to make it like a full complete story. And so I find that really, really cool. And like as a writer, I find it really just like, what's the word? I just admire it a lot. And so definitely check this book out. And since I finished the book, I did make some progress with my god, my brain is tragic. Sing Anyway. Sing Anyway. Yes, Sing Anyway by Anita Kelly. I got about halfway through and I was like, I need to give you the update now or else I'm gonna finish it without talking about it again. And so I feel like I don't need to tell you much else like about the plot because it's a novella, but what I will say is that, like I said, the one of the two main characters is non-binary and both of them are queer, like I said, and still even halfway through they haven't used any labels, but they're queer and they meet at this like karaoke bar, and they've like seen each other there from afar multiple times before, and now they just kind of start talking and they have like this magical night where they talk and things go on from there. That's all I will say about the plot, I think. But it is really cute and really nice, and it has a really nice vibe, and I really like the writing as well. It's so easy to get into, and I really like the two main characters. I always find it really impressive as well when authors manage to write a novella where they don't know each other. Because, like, personally, I would be very hesitant to write a novella where they don't know each other yet, because it's like way more difficult, to make it convincing and everything. But I do think, like, obviously I'm not done with the book yet, but I can still, like, I can already feel the chemistry between them. And while I think it's possible that things are gonna happen quickly, so far it's been a really like natural and everything makes sense, and nothing has felt rushed. I will shut up now and I'll go read. And yes. So, it is time for quite a few updates, so let's just get straight into them. So, it's like 6 p.m.-ish, and I have been reading a lot, and I finished reading Sing Anyway, and I really enjoyed it. It was so cute, it was fun and so quick to read, steamy, and just such a good time and really chill and just so nice. And it also has positive fat representation, which, we love to see it. We need more of it, and it was just really lovely and I had a great time with it. So I read that. And then I started reading Hot Copy by Ruby Barrett. Oh my god, I am in love with this book. So I've been dying to read it for so long. I literally got the ebook the second it was released. I've been just wanting to get to it for so long, but I just never managed to, and it's happening and I'm loving it. I'm at like 36% or something like that. and it's basically an office romance. And the hero in this book basically starts an internship, and he works for the heroine, Corinne. And so Corinne is this like girl boss, businesswoman, hardworking woman, and she has a reputation at work of being, just cold and brutal and super intense. And so the two of them have a really bad encounter at first. It's kind of hate to love a little bit, and it's obviously an office romance, which I adore. It's one of my favorite things, but I haven't really read a lot of it. If you have any recommendations, please let me know. And so I'm absolutely here for it, and I am absolutely loving it. Like, I love the two main characters so much. I'm so invested. I also, there was a hint that the hero is queer, and so I'm super excited about that. And just, I don't even know how to describe it, but I'm just I just want to keep reading, and I love the two main characters. The dynamic between them is so good. The tension and how everything is developing, I'm so here for it. I'm pretty sure there is a bit of an age gap and the heroine is older. I am not completely sure. It's not something I really care about, so I didn't really pay attention to that, but I just love it. I am super excited to keep reading. And I'm so happy that I'm finally getting to it. So that is this, and I'm definitely going to be reading it and finishing it super soon. The only issue is I'm so fucking tired, and I'm so frustrated. I'm always tired, but usually I'm not sleepy tired, and that is unfortunately the case today because like I said, I woke up super early. I can't handle it, so that is super frustrating, and I just feel exhausted and I hate it. So once again, I think I'm going to give myself a little bit more time because I just can feel that I'm stressing out, and I really want to read all these books, and so because I'm tired and because I always want an audiobook, I also started Not My Problem by Kira Smith. So this is a YA contemporary, and basically it's kind of like rivals to lovers and a coming of age story with a sapphic romance, and I'm really excited. I'm not really far into it. I'm not sure what percentage I'm on, but I think it might be 20%. And so what happens in this book is that the main character has kind of doesn't really have her shit together. She doesn't know what she's doing. She runs into this girl, and they're kind of rivals, and basically she ends up pushing her down the stairs because she doesn't want to participate in a sport, and now I'm blanking on what the sport actually is. Like I said, my brain is really not having it today, but yeah, and things go on from there, and so far it's fun. I'm not fully loving it yet, but I'm enjoying it, and I'm excited to see where it goes. So that is what's happening. So I will get back to reading. I will probably also maybe watch some YouTube to chill out, and then I will update you when I get some more reading done, as always. It is many days later. Basically what happened is that, I was super excited for the readathon. I was reading, I was having a great time. It was great. But then I got so fucking exhausted, and I was hit with such a strong anxiety that I couldn't do anything after that. So, I obviously didn't want to force myself to film or read if I just felt like pure trash. I'm feeling better now. It's all good, but it was just really bad. So I'm sorry, but I'm sure you all understand. So that kind of disrupted everything, but I do have final thoughts on Hot Copy by Ruby Barrett. So I finished it last night at 2 a.m. on, at the beginning of my birthday, because it's my birthday today. It was fucking wonderful. I don't fully remember what I told you, because, again, it was a few days ago now, but I literally loved it so much. So it is such a wonderful office romance that I feel like is really realistic. A lot of the office romances I've read are kind of romanticized, and I don't mind it. I definitely don't mind it at all, because I love office romances and that vibe, and if you love office romances, you probably don't always, you don't read it to be realistic, let's be real. But I still felt like there were a lot of important things dealt with in here, but I do want to warn you that while it's a wonderful, fun romance, it is quite angsty, and it does deal with two really big, quite intense things, and that is cancer and sexual harassment in the workplace, obviously by like an outside character. So like there is a lot of that. Oh my god, like the dynamic in this book is kind of like hate to love. I might have said that. It's not really, the hate doesn't last for a long time. And but still, like I loved how Corinne was, you know, like a badass, strong businesswoman, and how she slowly opened up to Wesley. I'm like, oh my gosh, wait, have I forgotten his name? I'm like, I got really confused there for a second. But yeah, just how she opened up to him and how she slowly learned to express her emotions and like to be vulnerable. And I absolutely loved that. And I also loved how Wesley, I hope that's his name, the hero, how he also was dealing with his own stuff. And like, while there were definitely, it was definitely quite angsty, and because like it's basically a forbidden romance, and like, oh my gosh, please tell me if you know. Is it illegal to date someone when you work together? Because like I have no fucking idea. I've never worked in an office. I've only like done, so far I've only done part-time jobs at like a hotel and just like catering shit, whatever, that kind of stuff. And I never really had to think or deal with anything like this. And so I'm like, wait, is it actually illegal to date someone at the workplace? And I guess it depends on, you know, like if they're your boss and whatever, but like I have no clue how it works. Yeah, so they're like, we can't be together, no one can find out because we would lose our jobs. And so it has that like forbidden sneaking around aspect, and I do absolutely fucking adore forbidden romances. And so while it's angsty and there are definitely frustrating things that happen, I felt like it was really well done and realistic. There wasn't anything that was like exaggerated that wouldn't make sense for the characters. So even though I hate conflicts, I obviously understand they're necessary in books, you know, but usually they still annoy me really often. That was not the case in this book, and I just really fucking enjoyed it. And when it comes to Not My Problem by Kira Smith, I unfortunately didn't read any more than that. I just once again have been like feeling weird, and reading has been weird, so I didn't finish that, but I will definitely be reading it in the next few days, so I'm probably going to update you in another vlog. But I've heard amazing things about it, so it's probably going to be really good. So if you want a sapphic romance to read during Pride Month or beyond, you definitely can check this one out, because all of my friends have loved it, so I think I'm hopefully going to enjoy it too. Maybe not like a 5-star level, but who knows, maybe. But I think it's going to be fun anyway. So, yes. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that, you know, you're doing okay, and yeah, I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but yes, if you made it this far in the video, leave a sunglasses emoji. I don't know if there is one. If there isn't like only sunglasses, you can leave the emoji like the face with sunglasses, because I literally just looked at sunglasses on my table, and you know, yeah. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you soon in another video. Bye.